Hello, hello, and welcome back for more folksy homespun advice on good, clean family farm living in Perfidious Pete Plays XCOM 2. And I gotta say, I'm starting to wonder, don't you think it's about time that Ma Juglick got her own television show? I really feel like she should be the star of the next big TLC or maybe an HGTV network television show. It's like your 6 p.m., come home from work, sit down to have dinner, watch a little bit of Good Clean Living with Ma Juglick. I can see it in my mind. It's got a very sort of Martha Stewart kind of vibe. It'd be like Joyful Living with Jolene Juglick. Yeah. There'd be a much greater focus on like your squirrel-based stew recipes and the various home remedies that can be created from corn liquor than you got with your Martha Stewart thing. But, you know, she'd also make Christmas tree ornaments out of pine cones and teach you how to make napkin holders out of, like, used car batteries. I don't know what it is that Martha Stewart actually does. I really don't. I can almost hear the advertisement in my head, really. This week on Joyful Living, Jolene takes a long look at roadkill. Should you really let those possums and raccoons go to waste, or should they grace your dinner table and feed your family? And after that, Jolene will show us all how a little pure cornshine liquor can keep a sucking chest wound from festering after your comrades have dragged your near-lifeless corpse through a swamp while fleeing from a horde of pursuing advent troopers. So stay tuned. I would watch that show. I mean, the tricks on the sucking chest wounds would be extremely useful, especially for Ma Juglick herself, who does currently have a bit of a sucking chest wound. Though I have a friend who was in the military, and as he would say, there's no such thing as a sucking chest wound because all chest wounds suck. 5 days for some alien alloys. I'm going to say not now. What were we doing? Oh, we were doing alloys and Illyrium crystals. Well, I'm going to prioritize this. And after this, I mean, we're in the end game here, folks. We're just killing time. We're sitting here watching reruns of Joyful Living with Jolene Juglick while we just wait for Dr. Tigan to get his shit together and finish some research. And speaking of getting his shit together and finishing some research, we also need to be making contact with Western Australia, though, because that's where our next storyline mission is. We should probably do that, but... oh, never mind. Damn, got Rift back on that. I was going to say, in the interest of increasing the speed with which we research, I was going to come and build another laboratory, but turns out, yeah, it's, well, that's taken care of already. So then, I guess we'll just head over to Australia, since that's the only place we still need to go. Do we have a radio beacon here? No, but we have 342 intel. How much is it to make contact here? 100. You know what? It's 160. I really feel like we could probably afford it. Let's just go straight to Western Australia. We've got this sorted already. Avatar project may make a little progress while we're sitting here grinding out these 8 days, but all things considered, I think we're going to be fine. Alien debris are cleared. I think that's like it, right? Yep, base is 100% excavated, and I now have idle engineers with, like, literally nothing to do. Got Ava Suarez. I mean, sure, I guess we'll just, well, no, I mean, we can't assign anybody to anything, can we? Denise Mason's taking care of the laboratory. We could build another laboratory, but why? We don't really have any use for it. What else could we build? More resistance comms? Do we really need more contacts at this point? Don't we have way more than we're actually actively using? We have almost enough resistance contacts to make contact with the rest of the world at this point. We have 851 supplies. We got nothing to do with them. I mean, sure, this'll... okay, we're coming at this from a Franklin Delano Roosevelt sort of New Deal kind of thing. We're going to do a big public works project, and this just to give, you know, Suarez and the crew something to do. This is sort of a make-work infrastructure kind of thing. We're going to build the Hoover Dam. Not because we necessarily need to build a Hoover Dam, but because people need jobs. Jobs are for working. Working, it stimulates the economy. And plus, when we're done, in addition to just providing stimulus to the economy, we've also got a massive hydroelectric dam that can power a big chunk of the western United States. Laboratory's done. Well, can we assign some engineers to work in that laboratory? Also, shouldn't we be really assigning scientists to work in our laboratory? Call me crazy, but it just seems like their natural habitat. You don't throw elephants in the cheetah enclosure at the zoo, unless you're, you know, well, just terrible at your job, which I suppose. Research time, -8%. Decreasing research time. Well, he was sort of decreasing research time before, was he not? There, Zinchenko, we'll toss you in there too. An extra 7%. Wow, that's fantastic. Totally worthwhile there. We saved ourselves a whopping 15% in total research time. That's not significant in any fashion. That's what, roughly 1 day out of every 6? Something like that?
I had high hopes for the resistance under your leadership, Commander. And you have outdone yourself.
Well, yeah, the aliens made Avatar progress, which I was literally helpless to stop. But other than that, we pretty much have our boot on their neck, Optimus Prime. Like I said, we're just waiting for the end. They just got Show of Force last month. Now they're doing it again? Alrighty, alien dicks. If you're going to be Show of Force, Show of Force, Show of Force, fine. You want to do it? I'll stop it again. I don't give a shit, aliens. You got nothing on me. Back to making contact. Oh, we got a supply raid. Oh, fine. Get a bunch of stupid-ass supplies I don't need. Operation Hellhole. Well, it is in Eastern Canada. Sorry, Eastern Canada. I don't know. Yeah, there's not a whole lot going on up in that part of up in that particular region of Canada. You get up there in the far northeast, it's kind of a wasteland. So EL Juglick finally got to max rank. This is going to be a relatively soft mission. Do we want to try and level up one of our younger bucks? Or do we just roll with the Grenadiers we've got? Also, I can't help but notice we don't have, like, any specialists on this mission at all. The Tigress, have a seat. Is Achy Breaky? Oh, thank God, Achy Breaky is finally back. You know what? Let's not undercommit on this one, because this is a good opportunity for us to get Achy Breaky unshaken. Although he did go on one flawless mission earlier, and for whatever reason didn't manage to get unshaken. Yeah, well, Pete, you know, I'm still a little wrecked up after the debut party for my premium album. Some gave some. Cyrus Juglick. Some gave some. Some gave some. Some gave none. Some gave all, but here's some gave some. Well, you know, we put in the token effort, basically the minimum amount required to say that we contributed. And then we just fucked off and went and had a big old party. It's pretty good. You can tell by the quality of the album, too, Pete, because there's like one track on that bad boy that isn't a crime unto mankind. And the rest of it is basically an assault on the senses of all humanity. Yeah, well, I mean, if you're a fan of music or just hearing in general, probably don't want to buy my album, but hey, buy my album, by the way. Let's just go do this. I have nothing to say about this mission. This is pointless killing time right here. This is it. You're grinding your life away watching this. Maybe consider doing something else. Pete, should you really be encouraging people to actively not watch a thing you're trying to get them to watch? You know what, in this case, yeah, maybe, I don't know, go spend time with your family. Tell somebody you love them. Read a book. Jerk off into a sock. Honestly, I feel like it's going to be more productive than this mission. At the end of the whole sock thing, you'll at least have a soiled sock. At the end of this, what are we going to have? Nothing we need at all. It's just a pointless waste of time. Doing this mission can only actively hurt us. And I don't want to go do Operation Hellhole. Insert your obligatory pseudo-pornographic joke here about Operation Hellhole. Typically, I'd make some kind of joke about, oh, it sounds like some kind of weird, you know what? I'm not even going to get into it. It's fine. I don't have the will to make that joke anymore. This is pointless. It's pointless to make that joke. It's pointless to do this mission. I'm salty, and things haven't even started. Feet aren't even on the ground yet, and I'm already brimming with salt. Let's just get this one done quick, guys. How about that? What do you say we just wrap it up fast?
Engage and eliminate all hostile forces.
Yeah, Bradford, engage things, eliminate things, tell me what to do. So what part of the map are we on? We're like in... We're in a corner, sort of. And we're definitely in a corner. Alright, we've got a very odd position to start with. Let's send out the scouts. Alright, Wolfpack, get to sniffing. Wolfpack doesn't see anything. Let's get him a little higher ground. Everybody's concealed on this, so we're going to have perfect opportunities for ambush, but we really do want to start with, like, our fastest units. Jules, let's just have you spread out this way. Give it to Three Stooges maneuver, y'all. Spread out, see? Yeah. Never understood why the Stooges didn't ever capitalize on the whole let's talk like gangsters kind of thing. They were right in that wheelhouse. Maybe that's why they didn't do it, though. They were just too close to it. Be like, well, we can't talk like gangsters because, you know, they're sort of around, Pete, and if you mock those guys, they'll fucking shoot you. I'm just a vaudevillian comedian. I don't want to mess with the mob. It's not like Mo, Larry, and Curly got the ability to take them down, Pete. Sure, I can take a shot to the head from a wrench and not even blink, but mobsters, you know, they mean business. If they hit you in the head once with a wrench and it doesn't immediately fracture your skull and kill you like it would a mortal man, well, the mob, they'll just keep hitting you. They don't care. They got no compunction about stopping. They'll be like, oh, tough guy, eh? Tough guy, huh? Can't take a blow to the head from a wrench, eh? Fine, then. I'll come back with a bat. And then it all escalates, and they come back with a bat, so you come back with a knife, and then they come back with a gun, and you put one of theirs in the hospital, and they put one of yours in the morgue, and the whole thing just fucking gets out of hand. Got a robot, huh? Ah, see? I see a robot, see? Yeah, I see you, see? Think you can get on me there, Mr. Robotnik? Eh. Alright, I really should probably stop doing that. It's irritating myself at this point. So those guys are patrolling. Our goal should be to try and maybe get them to patrol into us, possibly with the Massey Ferguson, and by possibly I mean definitively with the Massey Ferguson, assuming I can find him. Oh, you're getting spotted there? Why? Because your only path takes you through the world's stupidest tile. Okay, well, that's a detection tile. Detected, detected, detected. Starting to pick up a theme here, XCOM. Alright, Massey Ferguson, let's just have you hop over this. Come down here. Never mind, you're all the way detected. See, now this detection activation actually made sense to me. This one I understand. We couldn't fully see that guy, so we didn't know where his detection tiles were. It's not like the last time we got detected by one of those bullshit things when we could absolutely see the enemy the entire time, and it made not a fucking single lick of sense. So we got a free shot. I'm thinking we just overdrive, shoot this thing, and then punch him. We're definitely going to be able to get this piece of garbage. The guy's sitting over there behind a tree with 1 health. If nothing else, we'll have Grandpa Festus lob a grenade over that wall and just go take him down. So we take the shot, hope to get rid of the Overwatch, just don't miss. Massey Ferguson shredding the armor, did not miss, and now it's time to come give this man a furious little death fist. Oh, 1-finger death punch, huh? Yes, that's exactly the way this is going. 1 finger. And by 1 finger, I mean the entire fucking meaty thud of that Massey Ferguson's left hook. That was a good shot, Ferg. Advanced autoloader, PCS, advanced conditioning. Ma Juglick kills this dude whenever we please. Or rather, Cyrus Aki Breaky Juglick kills him whenever we please. And while we could do that... Well, I heard another robot over here, which I'm not exactly sanguine about. But I really want to skull mine this dude. But before we go in for the skull mine, let's make sure that it's safe to do so. Is there any way we could do that? Well, we got to take somebody who's already revealed. And let's run him to, say, here?
Let's move already.
Hop on up there, Grandpa Festus. I kind of want to get eyes on. Alright, if all of that is safe, then we should definitely be safe to do this, as long as we... Well, no, though, seriously, I'd like to swing from this tile. Why can't I do that? Alright, well, we'll be in the open at the end of the turn, which means we'll come up here, muck the skull mine, spawn another pod, then we'll be injured standing in the open and get double screwed. Yeah, it's what happens when you half-ass it, Pete. That's the whole some gave some philosophy right there. Give me this minor cache of enemy intel, I suppose. Just so we can maybe not... Holy crap, we actually pulled off a hack. I'm flabbergasted. It so rarely has worked for us, I don't really know how to feel about that. The fact that we did defeat a 1-health trooper with a skull mine probably is arguably a huge waste of company resources. We could have, in all likelihood, used that skull mine to take down a more defeatable foe, or rather a more stringently resisting foe, rather than one who was, albeit a biscuit from dead and just waiting to die.
That's affirmative.
Yeah, well, Pete, sometimes when you're Juglick, you know how the old paradigm rolls there. If you ain't kicking a man when he's down, you just really don't want to keep him down, Pete. Kicking a man when he's down, that's a patented, tried and true Juglick method for making sure you keep a man down. People always say, the man keeping me down. Yeah, that's, well, because he come over when you're down and just start stomping on your head. It might sound scummy, but you can't argue with its efficacy, Pete. It actually works pretty good. Really doesn't seem like Cyrus Juglick would use the word efficacy. Just throwing that out there. So how do we want to handle this garbage? What is this, an Andromedon and a Viper? We got options. Couple options. 2 literal options. Let's make sure, first off, that those 2 are the only game in town. So, Jules, let's have you just get up here.
Orders confirmed. Moving out.
I kind of prefer to not activate this pod yet. Oh, well, there we go. So, yeah, this is definitively not a fantastic idea. Okay, then. We could very definitely set these dudes ablaze. That's a plan I don't hate. But I think what we're going to do, let's fall back and just see if we can draw these guys out. Drawing them out seems like the smarter plan. Let's just go ahead and step back here.
Headed there now.
We really just need to get that gatekeeper out of sight. Out of sight, out of mind. Good. Done. All right. So, Achy Breaky, you'll be able to see them from here, and that will pop them. Do we want to do that, or do we want to wait a turn? Let's... You know what? I think let's reposition and maybe wait a turn. There's also a non-zero chance we could engineer it so they just maybe patrol into us as well. So we bring Emmy Lou there, drop her into Overwatch. Grandpa Festus, you're not spotted from either of these tiles, so let's bring you right to here.
Here I come.
Yeah, I'm gonna take an opportunity to teabag this old robot there, Pete. I mean, sure, he didn't have any kind of sentience or dignity or pride, so really probably teabagging a robot is an exercise in complete and abject total futility. Wouldn't care if he was alive to teabag us, but he's dead anyway, so he's doubly not gonna care. But, you know, Pete, sometimes a man just gotta do a thing even if it don't make sense. Sometimes you just gotta do it for the need, Pete. Sometimes you just need a thing and you don't know why. So I'm gonna go here, just out of an abundance of caution. I don't expect we'll get spotted here. And as much as I wouldn't mind having the Massey Ferguson on Overwatch, it's desperately low on ammo. And these guys may not patrol into us at any rate, so... I think we'll just bring the wolf pack. Let's just bring you over here, Wolfie.
Let's do this.
You are still concealed, of course, as is our other ranger. He's my sniffer. He's out there scouting the universe looking for Riddick like any good necromonger does. Like a good necromonger should. Well, here we go. We're going to start ripping shit up then. These guys have wandered into our Overwatch, which is exactly what we were hoping to have happen. Come on. We're big boys. Keep them coming. There you go. Phasing through matter. Well, the Andromedons have developed a new trick. They can walk through walls now. They're like that cat from that Robert Heinlein book. You know, the one that walked through walls. All right, what do you got here? Nice work, Achy Breaky. Can you give me a Guardian, Achy Breaky?
Only the best.
Yeah, well, shit. We killed that guy on our turn with Overwatch, which means, unfortunately, he's going to get a go again. Because this drops him now to the bottom of the stack. Now he gets a full turn. And we're not taking more Overwatch. Why the shit not? He's immune to something. Why did you not take more Overwatch? Oh, he's just going to run over here and point at us. All things considered, that could have gone a lot worse. So we have a slightly irritated Andromedon. We also have a Viper up here.
On my way.
This is all well in hand. We're just going to take these guys out. I really don't want to go forward at all if possible, because again, the potential for spawning that rear pod is significant and devastating if it occurs. This is a can't miss chance, can't miss kill. We're going to forego Julie Juglick's opportunity for concealment, and we're just going to make that Viper be way dead. 121% to crit on that shot. Couldn't miss. More than guaranteed a critical. We've gone implacable. We're revealed. We don't really care. Both of those things are acceptable to us. Now we just got to kill this Andromedon, which honestly should not be any kind of problem whatsoever. We got Achy Breaky here, who could, at worst case scenario, Achy Breaky just shuts it down. I don't even think we're going to need that. Let's just have you do this. EL ramps it up, starts things off, 8 damage. Okay, it's got us most of the way home. And then I think we just have old Grandpa Festus. Just going to have him move over here behind this tree and sort of finish the job. With his blue screen rounds, this should be a kill for us. 13 to 15 damage. This is a guaranteed kill then for Grandpa Festus. All done. Sorry, big guy. I know you wanted to be the giant Deller death robot that we've all read about in books, movies, and television, but it's just not meant to be, son. It's not meant to be. Activa S, can we make you go around the acid, please? Because I do want to have you down here, but I don't really want to have you run through a puddle of acidic slop in order to achieve that goal. That's good. You're going to Overwatch.
Overwatch mode active.
Jules, you're our last man to go. Well, we still have the wolf pack. Honestly, I'm not inclined to go forward until this poison dissipates. We know what's over there, so we're not in any rush to make it. We're not on the clock. Let's just take our time. We can also reset any potential cooldowns we might want to reset. So let's just gather ourselves here. Everybody, make yourself comfortable. Get warm blanket. Maybe go pee. Grab a cup of coffee. Get everything sorted, and then sit down for a little old solid action binge watching. Just a good old-fashioned binge watching. Pete, that's like, there's no such thing as an old-fashioned binge watching. This is a phenomenon that's developed mostly within like the last 5 years. Can you really call something that's only a half a decade old and arguably not even that old? Can you really call it old-fashioned?
Ever vigilant.
What? Is there a zoom level that we can adjust by default? I was unaware that this camera control even existed, and also now I have no idea how to undo it. Well, this is a problem. Oh, there we go. Oh, never mind. Okay. How do we... Oh, there we go. Okay, apparently... What's going on? Why? What's with the zoom here, XCOM? Just go out and stay out, actually. This is acceptable to me. That's too far. Still too far. That seems better. Okay. Now I'm comfortable again. Don't... Camera tricks, XCOM? Really? That's what you're going with now? You'd be like, oh, let's bring out the camera tricks? Camera tricks. It's like a shitty David Copperfield show up in here. And speaking of a shitty David Copperfield show, this one's also going to end fairly quickly because I'm going to wrap this episode up here. We got plenty of aliens left, plenty of mission left. Looking at the timer, and I'm still on my ridiculous work schedule crunch where I've got a whole bunch of episodes to record in a very short time, so I'm going to just check out of this one early. I'm sorry, I'm a scumbag, but remember at the beginning of the episode, I did encourage you to go do something else. You could have spent this time with someone you loved. Could have been reading a book. You could have just been binge watching Stranger Things on Netflix, and that show's fantastic. I highly recommend it. You should definitely be watching that instead of this, but you didn't listen, so you got no one to blame but yourself. I'm going to bail on this, though. If you enjoyed the episode, feel free to drop a like down in the comment section. Of course, your support does really mean a lot to you, and shame on you for supporting me in a thing that I told you not to support. Once again, man, you guys are just so contrarian. If you'd like to see more of me encouraging you to do things that are actively against my own interests, might consider subscribing as well, because I act in my own worst interest on a pretty regular basis. Right now, though, thanks very much for watching. I'll see you again soon.